Hi everybody, Kayla here. I had a special request from a good friend of mine, Caitlin, for some poses for back pain to help ease the pain. So I've got a few routine things that I absolutely love that I do all the time as I have a lot of low back pain myself. And these poses that I do every day really help me to release the compression in my back and just really helps it feel amazing. So I'm going to go through a few of these poses with you. Feel them out for yourself. Try them. If there's any pain at all, just totally don't even do the pose. Just put it aside in the note bucket and just move forward with something else. No back pain is good pain, so we want to keep it nice and comfortable, relaxed, kind of restorative. You don't want any crazy movement that's going to hurt. So I'll go through a few of my poses here with you and I'll walk you through them and you can feel them out for yourself and see what works for you. So we're going to start in child's pose. So you can come to kneeling position and then you want to sit your sit bones on your heels. And then with a straight back you want to reach and walk the arms out forward and lay over the body, over the legs. Moving those sit bones back towards your heels and really extending the arms out, trying to elongate the spine. Tuck the toes under, and from here you can push right up into down dog. Draw the hip bones up towards the sky, draw the chest towards the thighs, draw the navel in, ground through the root of the first finger and the thumb. Have your fingertips evenly spread apart. Heels can come down to the ground if they're able. If you aren't, you can have a slight bend in the knees. But really draw those sit bones up. Relax the neck. Downward facing dog.
I'm doing the same that you're doing.
Then you can come back down to your knees. Back into child's pose. Then we can also do another pose similar to child's pose. It's downward facing hero. So pretty much you bring the knees wide apart and then you lay along the mat with your knees out towards the side. Relax the head. Again, really trying to draw the hip bones down towards the heels and extending the arms out far. Sink into the pose. And if you have a sandbag or something that's lightly weighted, you can place it on the back of your sacrum for a little bit of pressure to try and decompress the spine and sink in just a little deeper into the pose.
I'm just going to lay down.
Okay, sweetie.
And then I want to do it with you after.
And then another one that really works for me is just a forward fold. So a standing forward fold works best for me. You can feel it out, see if it works for you. You can also do seated ones, which I'll show you in a second. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Reach for the ground. If you can't reach the ground, you can have blocks or something. If you don't have blocks, some sort of height at home, anything you have, kids' toys, books, anything like that. If you can't reach, you can use them for some weight as long as your spine is straight. You want a straight spine as best as possible until you get much lower down like this. Then you can have a little bit of a round in the upper back. Inhale, halfway up to tabletop. Exhale all the way down. Relax the arms, relax the head, the neck. You can hold on to the elbows. You can swing back and forth a little bit, creating space in the spine. I could literally stay here forever. I find it's really good with decompressing the low back. You can have a slight bend in the knees, just a slight one, if it's more comfortable for you. And we can come back down and come back into either child's pose or downward facing hero. And so for the seated version of that forward fold, some of you may not be able to reach your toes. So you can either place your hands on the shin, or for a better effect, you can take your yoga strap if you have one. If you don't have one, you can use a tie, a belt, something that you can use that's long. So have your feet straight out in front of you, sit up tall, and then you'll fold forward with a flat back, reach for the toes or the sides of the feet, or you can just place your hands on your shins or your strap, which comes in good handy, and pull your chest open and lean forward, fold forward at the hip crease. But the cue here is you don't want to round into the pose. You want to keep the chest drawn up and open and fold forward from there. So that's the seated version. We can also do a couple small, slight back bends. So we'll flip our feet around, come onto our bellies. And we can do a small cobra. So we'll have our elbows under our shoulders and our hands out in front of us, kind of like a sphinx. So we'll do, I guess it's sphinx or cobra. There's a couple variations. And you can start out by resting your head on the ground. And then you can lift the head and the chest up and draw the forearms back and kind of pull yourself just a little bit to create space in the spine as you lift the chest up for a small back bend. This is Sphinx, or you can, if it's available to you and it's comfortable on your back, you can push all the way up into Cobra. Making sure to pay attention to your breath in all these poses. And if there's any pain at all in the back, you just come down, ease off. If you can only come to here, that's fine too. You don't have to come all the way up. And then back down. And then inhale, come up. And you can do these a couple times in a row as a little bit of a pulse. So down, relax the head, and then up to Sphinx or to Cobra, whatever variation you're doing, and back down. And you can always do child's pose or downward facing hero in between the poses to kind of give your back a little bit of a neutral position and a little bit of a stretch, creating space. You always want space in the spine, decompressing. I find a lot of back pain comes from spinal compression. So yeah, you can always come into child's pose or downward facing hero. Another one that I really love is Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you have a bolster at home, you can use this. You can use pillows, a body pillow with a couple other pillows stacked up on it, or you know, a rolled up blanket, something that's got enough height. So you're going to come sitting on your bum, and you can have this close to the sacrum, about an inch away, and then bring your feet, the pads of your feet together, and bring your legs out kind of into like a butterfly position. And then you're going to slowly walk your back over the bolster and open up the arms and the chest and the hips. It's a really good hip opener and chest opener. Really good if you have asthma. Hi.
I really wanna watch you.
Okay, you can watch. And you can stay here for as long as you want, as long as it's comfortable for you. I could honestly stay here for hours. It feels really good, even on the biceps, just opening all and stretching all those muscles up here in your chest. And really good for the back. It's just a small back bend. And so a couple variations with the legs. You can have them butterflied out like this, or you can have them up. Sometimes if you have a lot of intense back pain, having them up is a little bit easier. Or you can extend them all the way out. That'll be a little bit more intense. Yeah, so if you're not using a bolster at home and you're using blankets or pillows, you can kind of adjust the height to a lower back bend that's better for you, something that's not so intense. Or if you're using a bolster and you find it too intense, you can take a foam block or a pillow or something to sit on, place it just under your bum, just for a little bit of height, and then you can come back over the bolster. So you can probably see in my back, it's less intense of a back bend. So if it feels better, you can use some height under your buttocks as well. That was the short sequence for back health, minimizing back pain. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you try it out, and I hope it works for you. Let me know your feedback, if you liked it, what you didn't like, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. I'd love to hear from you, so give it a shot and let me know. Namaste.